So I was actually seeing a tweet from Jim Nagy the other day from the Senior Bowl, and he was showing the play against Notre Dame where you kind of bulldozed the center, and the other play against North Carolina where you bulldozed the center.
Oh, I don't remember that, but
yeah. I mean, so like, where did you get that power? I guess how do you feel like you unlocked that strength to be able to play like that?
Our scrim staff is slim to none in the country. It's the best in the country. I feel like we show up every day. If we put the work in, then you're gonna see results, and I guess those are the results you get. So.
It seemed like Nate Pearson was really ramping up the intensity. What do guys like him and Chris Rumpf just bring to the energy of this defensive staff?
Oh no, it ain't rapping nothing. No, we just know all we know is work, and that's what we're gonna do every day. We show up to work and we ready to go.
Is it something though, like in terms of like confidence or just play technique? Like how do you get to the point where you're able to kind of create that much disruption? Where like earlier in your career maybe you weren't.
We got a great defensive staff. Credit to them. They're best in the. I believe they're best in the country. And Coach West is a genius, and whatever he calls, I got 100% belief in it. And whatever comes out of it, that's what we're gonna get.
When you look at yourself, how far you've come, how would you grade yourself from the point where you were as a freshman to now, and what areas have you saw yourself when you look at film from then to now improve at?
I'll just say committed. I'm always willing to get better, and I show up every day. I'm not satisfied. I show up with a hungry mindset every day. So I mean, I want to be better. So I'll just say the thing from then to now is I'm more hungry now than I was back then. Lack of confidence, but now I'm more hungry. I see it and I want to eat it.
So from a technique standpoint, like what have you done different that you weren't doing maybe as a freshman?
Nothing differently. Just coach harder. Really, just my coaches on me all the time about little small details, and you gotta want to be better, and you gotta take the small things serious. So that's how you get better.
Was sitting on the sideline the first couple of years, was that really kind of what motivated you and then also what allowed you to stay and stay with it instead of maybe just going somewhere else?
What made me stay with it is the results the other guys got. The results that I saw them get from it made me want the same results. So it just made me come every day with the hard hat ready to work and get better.
Was there like a turning point for you, like a conversation with Coach Eason or anybody that kind of really sparked that?
You just show up to work every day. It's just like, don't pay attention to the outside world. Just show up and work. Put your hat down and go to work.
You ever heard of a guy named Chester McLaughlin?
No, sir.
He was a former player here. A lot of former players that played with him and stuff. They say that's who you remind them of. He was, played with the Raiders and stuff like that. I'm surprised you haven't heard that because I've heard it a bunch from him.
I don't really pay attention to the media. I'm inside this building. I'm locked in. I'm focused on what my coaches have to say about me, critiquing my game, and that's about it. I'm not in the social media thing.
How's it kind of trying to replace Tyler Davis and Root from last year for you guys in defensive tackle unit, just trying to replace those guys and their impact that they brought to you guys last year?
It's all about, we talk about passing the torch, what they laid the foundation for. We just got to pick up and keep going with it. No drop off. I mean, we know what's expected, and we just got to show up and bring it every day.
Trey was talking about the depth of the defensive tackle room. Like, why are you guys able to kind of share the way you are? I mean, obviously, some places, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 guys would get most of the snaps. You guys are really trading now. Like, what about the room or the program or anything else?
We brothers, man. We got each other back. One go down, the next man up. Like, we got a next man up mentality. We ready to work. We got each other back, and that's like if I got a little brother, nobody can mess with my little brother but me. So I feel like that's how it is in our room.
Do you have a sense, again, you said you obviously don't pay attention to social media and outside noise, but like that, you have a chance, to make it to the next level, to be a guy who gets there? I mean, do you think about that at all? Do you try to put that aside?
I focus on this building, my technique. Got a couple of technique issues I need to fix, and I'm focused on the next day of practice. So I'm focused on the outcome will be the outcome. I'm focused on what's going on here.
I guess what are the technique things?
Just basic football stuff, just holding my gap with confidence and, just getting off blocks and stuff like that.
How has the offensive line looked with you guys going? I know it has been padded practice, but how have they looked so far during the summer for you guys?
Hey, they got a new DNA. They pumping. They look fully. They on course. They look real good.
What was kind of those things that you kind of guys it was different from them from, I guess, last season entering this season or this spring entering this summer?
Nothing really different. They want it more. They want more for each other. They playing together. They're a group. They care for each other. That's what it is. That's the difference, I think.
How much do you think Coach Luke drives that in terms of his energy?
It's a different energy with Coach Luke, of course. He shows up with the fire, and they come out with it. I mean, he's like the gasoline that they fire. They go as one.
How much fun does that make practice, knowing that you both got that same kind of intensity coming at each other?
It makes practice intense, and it makes it more fun because you know you're gonna get everybody best. So that means you got to bring your best.
How unique of an athlete is Peter Woods? I mean, I think he wanted to get down to 290, but he's 319 now, but he's still playing end. Like, how?
Hey, I don't know about anybody else, but Peter Woods is a freak. He's a freak of nature. He's a freak of talent. He can do anything. As a 300-pound man myself, some of the stuff he does, I don't know how he does it, but it's just like, it's Peter Woods. It's like he's slim. He's one-on-one. I just say that.
Is there like a play or an image that comes into your mind, or what do you think of like the freakiest thing you've seen him do?
He's just himself. I put it that way. He gonna be his own self. That's what he gonna be a very legendary player when he done here.
It's just quickness, the way he runs. Like,
It's just all around smartness, technique, the way he just physicality, everything. How he plays the game, everything. How he can teach the game is crazy. Yeah.
Has he ever taught you anything?
Yeah, he's taught me a lot. Taught me a lot. Peter Wood's smart, man. I tell you.
You got, I guess, defensive line, UDL, kind of like it's thrown around across the country, I guess. What makes Clemson's defensive line, I guess, special compared to other colleges? Like
I said, man, it's like that little brother mentality. We got each other. We can mess with each other, but when it's outside, it ain't nothing gonna slide. We got each other back. It's like that little brother mentality, I think, and that's what became stronger this past summer. We've been working with each other all this summer and just grinding and really having each other back, pushing each other. So like when we own each other, we know it's love and we want more from each other. So it's within, so we know it's genuine.
Is a thought that you easily could have transferred somewhere else and started? You talked about keeping your in building mentality. Is that kind of why that stuff has never appealed to you at all? The idea that somewhere else maybe you could be every game starter, here you're waiting your turn, now you got the opportunity.
Like I said, my coaching staff is the best in the country, so I really don't even think about. I wouldn't think about no stuff like what you're saying. I just have full faith in my staff, and they just the best in the country, and I got full faith and belief in them, so I'm gonna trust them until the end.
The freshmen along the line, how much have you gotten to hang out with them, work with them? What do you?
Oh,
think
we got
about them
we
so
got
far?
a good group of freshmen. Mayo, Tall, Frame, a couple others I ain't want to name it because if I do, I might forget a name. But I feel like we got a good group of freshmen.
Talk about all the extra work you guys did. I mean, what does that look like? Is that coming to the field, weight room, like what?
Just being committed, man. Just not going home every weekend. Just staying together, bonding together. Just getting extra work here on Saturdays, taking care of your body together. Just being a group and just staying together and making sure each other's okay and understanding the game more.